How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar. Thank you so much for joining us. I just want to make sure we are live. We're live, okay. Because StreamYard was having a problem this past Saturday where I thought we were live and I was going on with my whole spiel for 2 minutes and realized, oh, I'm not live. But now we are. I'm going to let my panel introduce themselves because some of them have to hold masks up and can't breathe that long. So to the right is...
Lars Pearson, a Norwegian assassin, publisher and editor-in-chief of Norweigan Press, formerly of Wizard Magazine, and I am actually broadcasting you from my home today. There was a chance that I was going to be broadcasting to you from a friend's toilet in Minneapolis because I was invited to a viewing party for the Doctor Who season finale. So a bit of advice to all of you. If you read reports of like rioting tonight or something like that, just stay home. It's possible the Doctor Who finale didn't go over well and people just need to get rid of some pent-up emotions.
Okay. To his right is probably the one in the panel that knows the most about Doctor Who, and that is the adorable Omni Dog. What's up, buddy?
Thank you for having me on. Yes, I am Doctor Who expert. The leading Hispanic Doctor Who expert authority on the internet. My name's Omni Dog from Omni Dog's Vault. I have a YouTube channel, and peace and love to everyone. And Lars always, somehow it's always bathroom humor with Lars.
That is blatantly untrue. Sometimes it's about sex.
I'd like to hear more of that and less toilet stuff, to be honest. I mean, there is a woman in the room.
Look at Kitty Pride's best XMen.
Oh, Kitty, thank you.
Numero uno fan. Look at that, Lars.
Kitty, I keep your portrait behind me. You know, it's on this side. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the best comment. Omni Dog's a Larry's Library ripoff.
Peace and love. Peace and love. I don't even know who that person is.
You know Larry's Library. He's been on your show before.
No, I meant Ryan.
Oh,
Wilson. I don't know. That's just ridiculous.
Oddfell, who are you?
Hi, I'm Oddfell. I'm a cosplayer, and I do toy and statue unboxings over on YouTube, as well as occasionally appear here to talk comics. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. And to the right of that young lady is this young man. Who are you, young man?
Much older man. My name is Curtis. And I am from the Epic Marvel podcast. I love Epic collections, and that's probably where I will do most of my talking today.
Oh, that's right, the Epic collections. We will save those for last, just for you. We will save those for last. Thank you all so much for being here, and a big thank you to Marvel and David Gabriel for sending us this super, super advanced look at some books. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you all that are watching live, there are two omnis that were pulled from this catalog that haven't been announced yet, but those announcements are coming Tuesday and Sunday.
Okay.
Can we know about them ahead of time?
Can we know?
Let me think. No, you can't know about them. Hold on, let me think. They haven't been approved yet. Hold on.
Buzzkill.
But I think, one announcement is going to make some people happy. One of the announcements is going to make a lot of people happy.
Okay.
It's one of those. It's a big announcement. So that's all I will say. But that will come on Tuesday and on Sunday. And if you're on Patreon, it's Monday and Saturday evening. But yeah.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be one announcement make them happy, one announcement make them want to throw up into a bucket. But okay, they'll both make people happy. Good.
I heard that I saw that Curtis called me out last Sunday when you had your evergreen. James was nice enough to send me the clip, and I was like, boy, all those guests look really familiar. And then Curtis, I'm getting to you, I swear. You will be.
I'm going to tell you the Omni Dog hierarchy, okay? Omni Dog hierarchy is
saving the best for last, obviously.
Yeah, save the best for last, but you usually get bumped by like some cute chick on Instagram that just started reading comics. Usually that's the way he bumps people. I'm sorry, Curtis. I know you know a lot about epics.
Makes sense.
Cute comic chick 46, she just started reading comics. I feel like she needs more exposure.
I have issued invites to Lars and Odfell, and I will be inviting Curtis as well. It would be great to have everybody on at once. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I've said enough.
Okay.
Thanks, Jess.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get this party started then. Let's go. Oh, it's my buddy Andrew. I've been friends with this guy since the third grade. He's known me
Third
that
grade.
Oh,
yeah, he's known me that long. And he's also one of the people that was on Near Mint Condition and now on Near Mint Collective. He's got a Star Trek film that's up for an award. Which
wow.
Andrew, can you post a link to that where people can go and vote for? Or I'm sorry, Star Trek. They're not allowed to call fan films. They're supposed to be called something else.
Oh. I didn't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. You're the number one authority on Star Trek and Doctor Who. How do you know this? Okay. Let's go ahead and start with a book I've announced. Sorry, my brain is just out of it. I think I've announced this, right? Oh, yes, I have. I've seen the comments.
Yeah, yes, you have.
Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 6, finally coming out. Collecting Amazing Spider-Man 181 to 205, annuals 12 and 13, Spectacular Spider-Man annual number 1, 672 pages, $100. Spider-Man versus Doc Ock cover and the standard edition cover. It is one that's on the slimmer side, but I think those were some of the comments that I saw. Will I ask Marvel? I've already asked. Yes, you do have a board judge. That's on you.
That was
That's
kind of assumed. Yeah.
You still hang out with me.
Why is it on the slimmer side?
I don't know. 672 pages, $100. Well, I mean, it could be $125. So things could always be worse. It could be $75, or they could not release it at all. I think some of the emails that I saw were, "Hey Omar, can you ask Marvel if they can extend this over, like expand it to match the Roger Stern stuff?" Now, when I saw this before I recorded the video, I did ask. I can ask again. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be like the case of Uncanny 5 or not, because I know you're not an omnibus. Does anybody here besides OmniDog probably have the Roger Stern Spider-Man omnibus?
You want me to pull it?
No. I was wondering if anybody had it. Lars, do you have it?
No, I don't know.
All right. So, Curtis, do you know why some people were upset?
Because it doesn't line up with the Roger Stern omnibus.
Right. So Roger Stern's Omni starts with 206, right? Which you're like, oh, but this goes to 205. However, that's just that fill-in issue of Roger Stern, right? And then it jumps to 224 to 252, which is when he takes over the book because he was writing Spectacular Spider-Man. So some people have asked, "Hey, Omar, could you have Marvel extend this to 223?" And of course, I will be happy to ask because more than 10 people, and I think I got 10 emails just this morning. I got another one. My favorite one is, "I hope your dad's okay. By the way, could you ask Marvel to..."
Oh, no.
I hope you're...
Priorities.
It's like, okay.
Wow.
Priorities.
So I will send another email before I leave for Japan next week and see what happens. Whatever happens is up to them. I'm just the messenger.
Jeez.
But I'll be honest. The emails were really nice. Like they were.
Hope
they
you
were
have fun in Japan.
I think people know by now. like being angry and cursing, and since the whole spine thing is not the way to try to get somebody's attention. So, Doctor Strange, Master of the Mystic's Art, Volume 1. So excited for this one because I know OmniDog remembers because he was on that stream that this was what Larry's Library really wanted to call the book instead of calling it Doctor Strange Omnibus Volume 3, which is what this is. This is Doctor Strange Omnibus Volumes 3. So that's freaking awesome. I love this era of Doctor Strange. It has not been collected outside of Epics. Is it complete in Epics, Curtis? Like, did it go all the way to 22 or did it go past this?
It goes way past this, but it's not quite complete. I think we have another volume to go.
Thank you so much. And my dad's okay. He's he's getting a treatment right now. So I'm gonna actually, after the stream, I'm gonna film a video and then I'm gonna go back to the hospital to check on him. So this is collecting Marvel Premiere 3 through 14, Doctor Strange 1 through 22, annual number 1, and Tomb of Dracula 44. So Marvel was like, hey, we canceled that Doctor Strange guy's comic. Let's bring him back into Marvel Premiere and see how well it does. And then people really enjoyed it, I guess. So they decided to give it another shot, and he got another ongoing series in 1974. This is, of course, Steve Englehart and then Marv Wolfman. But later on, it does become that this is the Steve Englehart era. But then later on, it's Chris Claremont and Uncle Roger Stern. So I can't wait to see the next volume. I'm glad that they are doing this one, though. I was like, no movie. So 768 pages, $100.
Yeah, those early issues of Steve Englehart and Frank Brunner are just they're beautiful to look at, and the stories are fascinating. Some of my favorite Doctor Strange stories are in this run.
Punisher by Rick Remender Omnibus. And this is the reprint of this book, collecting the Punisher 1 through 16 series. I think this one went live this morning, if I'm not mistaken, like the announcement video. So maybe some of you all haven't seen that, and this is your way of finding out. So if this is your way of finding out, that's awesome. And if you watch the announcement, even better. But this is the era after the Matt Fraction Punisher Warzone stuff. As a matter of fact, I think the Max series was going on at the same time as this was coming out too.
And what's the date? What's the month these are coming out?
This one is in, I believe, March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was in March of 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, brother. Mi español es muy malísimo, pero mucho amor a Omar y tu familia. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Muchas gracias por el I don't even know how the hell to say super chat. Super chato. That's gonna get me canceled, I'm sure. Right now, I don't care. Punisher by Rick Remender to Dan Brereton. Direct market cover is freaking awesome, because if you know part of this story that happens in here, because of Dark Reign, it's ridiculously awesome. And I know some people hate it. I get it. I just think it's stupid fun, and I'm here for it. X-Men Fatal Attractions coming back to print in omnibus format. So I haven't seen any of the comments. I assume some comments are like, I'm just going to keep mine. So this was available in oversized hardcover format. It is the exact same content as the oversized hardcover format, but that oversized hardcover format has been out of print for years.
Yeah.
So now it is coming back in omnibus format. As a matter of fact, you all voted for this particular book. So I'm really glad that,
it's got 3 covers.
Yes.
Well, it's got 3 choices, right? You got issue 300. You've got, both of these are interesting because both of them were posters. The Greg Capullo one is from the poster book, and then the Bob Larkin one, I think that was like a retailer poster that only, because I remember seeing it at comic shops and I always wanted to get it, but I was never able to buy it. It was only like at comic book stores, like advertising the coming of like the return of Magneto. And it is the exact same content as the OHC. I don't know. I assume they're going to use the same scans. Curtis and I keep an eye on that. We're like big nerds about scans, and every scan they've used for this era has, how dare I? I'm sorry about that. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Covering her up with
you're
Ryan
fine.
Wilson of all people. Of all people, Ryan Wilson. What the heck was I saying? Anyway, rewind. I don't know what I was saying.
What if you could get a cover? It's going to be foil
about the restorations.
Oh, the scans, very important. I assume they're going to use the exact same scans that they've been using for the last. When was that one? 15 years ago, Curtis? Fatal Attractions OHC?
Oh, wow.
Because the Milestone line has the same scans. The Epic collections have the same scans. I don't see them upgrading. So if you want to get this, unless I'll ask to see if they do have new scans for these. But if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to upgrade to get the new scans, I haven't heard. I think it's just understood that they're going to use the exact same scans I've been using for the last 15 years. So you all voted for this. Congratulations. It's coming back to print, as well as voting for Punisher by Rick Remender, by the way.
Of all those 3 covers, if you were to actually have to pay your own money, what one would you get? Omar.
Greg Capullo. I love Greg Capullo's art during this time. I love that art during this time. I think most people probably go with Bob Larkin or the issue that reminds them of this era, which is the issue 300. I don't think it's going to be holofoil, by the way. I think it's going to be like it. Because remember, issue 300 was like a holofoil cover. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Capullo all the way. Did you want that to be foil, Oddfell?
I super wanted that to be foil. I'm like, if that's foil,
do you want to pay $150 for that?
Is that what it would be? Wow.
If it was foil,
well, I was thinking of the gimmicky covers, like what was it? Oh my gosh, what was that book? Dark Knight. Metal. Metal was $150.
Oh my
It
God,
was 752 pages. But the reason why it was $150 was because of that special gimmicky cover they have on it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I was like, just give me a flat cover.
Flip cover. I don't. Yeah.
It is very retro though to give you a shiny cover and overcharge for it. I mean, that's,
you know how to go after a man's heart.
That takes me back to the 90s.
It's like the hologram covers.
You want it to be foiled again. 300 is my first non-reprint X-Men comic, one of my first comics ever, and that's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah, see, always an instigator knows. Holofoil would make it 150 for sure. For Dark Knight's Metal, I can assume it would definitely be more expensive. I love those holograms on Fatal Attraction covers back in the day. Those were really cool and state of the art, honestly.
They are. I want them back. I'm like, give me the like weird 3D holograms again.
I want this on a t-shirt. The 90s weren't that bad. That's a t-shirt, man.
It needs to have like the Taco Bell triangles behind it from the 90s.
Oh my gosh. Those stupid colors and schemes, yes.
Here in the Midwest, we'd say the 90s didn't completely suck.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we.
Here in the Wait. Are you representing all the Midwest?
I am.
I'm from Kentucky, and it didn't completely suck.
I'm the right honored gentleman from the Midwest, yeah.
Make him a $250 X-Men fan. Please don't give anybody ideas. Please. Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin. Coming out in one big book. This one collects Black Panther 1 through 41, annual number 1, X-Men 175 to 176, Black Panther 1 through 6, Black Panther Captain America Flags of Our Fathers, Black Panther Saga number 1, and then material from Black Panther annual number 1, which is the Ta-Nehisi Coates, but one particular story gets wrapped up in there from Reggie Hudlin's run. Omar, ask Magneto to change the Fatal Attraction covers. I don't even know. I don't even know what that means, Robert. Is that code?
It was Marvel.
Marvel. Oh my God,
Magneto.
I can't read. I ain't doing that game. I ain't playing that game. I read Magneto. I used to love Fatal Attractions back in the day. It was a legendary comic book here in Mexico because of the limited runs between license holders. But to be honest, it's not even in my shelves anymore.
Okay.
It had its moments. I think a lot of people liked it because of what happens to like Wolverine and stuff. I really like the lamest thing about it is the connection between Cannonball and Cable. I really love that dynamic, and I thought X-Force 25 was so solid because of that. Everything else was cool, I guess. Had some good artwork. So this is Reggie Hudlin's run. When they sent me this was supposed to be a volume 1. So it seems, again, I don't work for Marvel, nor do I speak for them, but it does seem like they may have plans for another volume that has some of Reggie Hudlin's stuff that goes into like the Doom War stuff. That would be really cool. And the Black Panther Man Without Fear. But this one's 1,368 pages, $150. You have the Alan Davis S cover with Storm back there. And you have the John Romita Jr. cover. And whenever I hear people's like favorite runs on Black Panther, it's usually like between three folks, and it's usually Christopher Priest, Reggie Hudlin, or Don McGregor. Those are the top three that I keep hearing. I'm sure there are a lot more, like Ta-Nehisi Coates, or maybe even like some of the Kirby stuff. Hudlin's run is a lot different than Christopher Priest's run. Like, it gets it going like that. There is no slow burn. It kicks it into high gear from the very beginning, which is interesting because Hudlin, you know, I don't know how anybody feels about the House Party movies, but I love the House Party movies, and he wrote those. He was also president of BET for a long time.
I think that's what landed him this gig as well. It had, I think, because they also made this into a motion comic that debuted on BET.
Ah, okay. I forgot about those motion comics. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. Because they were not that great.
I remember watching Watchmen as a motion comic. It was odd.
There was an astonishing XMen. What is House Party? You just wrote the 90s weren't that bad, and you don't know what House Party is? Man, you need to rectify that nonsense, Ryan Wilson. Those movies.
The astonishing one kind of was good, though.
Was it?
The motion comic?
I mean, like yeah, it was like decently done. I don't know if I would watch it today, but like when it came out, it was pretty cool.
I think I remember, I think it was somebody sent me the DVDs for review. Whenever I had a podcast, and I tried to watch it, and I wrote them back. I was like, I'll be happy to mail these back. I don't think I need to review these. These aren't, they're not for me.
Mail them back.
I didn't watch. I thought it was just, I'll stick to the comics. It's fine.
More power to you if you like them. Okay. Avengers Forever by Jason Aaron Omnibus. You have the Avengers Forever 1 through 15, Avengers Forever Infinity comic number 1 through 4, Avengers Assemble Alpha, Avengers 63 to 66, and then Avengers Assemble Forever. And look, I don't ever hear Roberto Rodriguez yelling, but House Party is amazing. Dude, Kid and Play, that was our childhood, man. You don't lie to me, Roberto Rodriguez. I know you try to dance like Kid and Play at them parties. So this is the tail end of Jason Aaron's run. As a matter of fact, this has the last few issues of his Avengers run, and it crosses over into the Avengers Forever storyline because it's part of the Avengers Assemble event. If you've been getting the oversized hardcovers, this is the last book you need. People were asking, why did they start with the tail end? And just my way of thinking, it was like, oh, because I knew you knew how, Roberto. I said, if you've been getting the OHCs, then this is what wraps up the series.
So 1 through 4 OHCs.
I think you need one. There is one more that's coming out later this year.
Okay, so 1 through 5, and then there's this?
Yes. And
wow.
Then there's this.
That's a lot of material.
Well, I mean, he wrote it for what, 5 years, didn't he? He was on the book for 5 years.
So.
Yeah, it'll be at least 5 years before I pick it up too, probably. So,
well, by the time you're ready to read those, I'm sure there'll be a Jason Aaron Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 announcement, and then you can just get it that way, Jess. And then wait to read that for another 5 years.
There's something about Avengers that can defeat some people. I mean, I will buy basically everything Jason Aaron does. I mean, I own an incredible amount of Jason Aaron stuff, and I couldn't quite get into this, but
yeah. So there is the Heroes Reborn Omnibus too, not the classic Heroes. I can't believe I just said classic when describing Heroes Reborn. Not the original Heroes Reborn Omnibus, but the Jason Aaron Avengers Heroes Reborn Omnibus. That's
in this, or that's separate?
That is separate and not collected in the oversized hardcovers either.
Okay.
Let's talk about some Masterworks, because I don't think I can't remember if I've announced these or not. Let's just pretend I haven't. Look at this. It's Marvel Masterworks, the Invincible Iron Man Volume 18, coming out in a Masterwork format, collecting Iron Man 183 to 192, annual number 7, Marvel Team Up number 134, Jack of Hearts 1 through 4, 416 pages, $75. Where else are you going to find that Jack of Hearts?
Well, yeah, I remember that Jack of Hearts series. That was back when Marvel and DC were like, well, we'll save miniseries for characters that we're really not going to give them a full series, are we?
What? They said that?
No, but that was kind of the attitude, you know. And
okay.
no, I remember enjoying that Jack of Hearts series.
I'm excited for this. I think wouldn't it have fit into an Avengers Marvel Masterworks? Maybe I'm wrong. And then Marvel Masterworks, the Fantastic Four Volume 3. Okay, I don't think I've announced that one. Issues 21 through 30. And this is the remasterworks, meaning they are touching everything up. This is going to have the nicest scans possible. And anytime there will be a reprint, usually they've been doing that. I know they've done it in the Epic collections where they've used the new masters, with the exception of, I think, Avengers. Or was I think, oh my gosh, I reviewed too many books. Maybe it was the Omnibus they didn't do it in. Curtis, you get them. The Epic collection of the new printing of Avengers Volume 1, did you notice that they were using the new masters on that one?
Yes, they are.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Omar, when does Do More take place? No, Reggie Hudlin doesn't write that. That is Jonathan Mayberry. And it takes place after Reggie Hudlin's run. So there is enough like material, not as big as this one, but there is enough material for something else, like another big book. Demon Wars is coming out in a graphic novel trade paperback format, so it's a smaller scale book. Peach Momoko with Zach Davidson. Any words on the remasterworks? I don't know what that is. Are you messing with me? Are you messing with me? Oh man, wasn't that awesome? The Transformers was a 4-issue limited series, and then they kept going with it. So the final issue was like issue 81, number 81 out of a 4-issue miniseries.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
That's the good old days. Collecting Demon Wars Iron Samurai, Demon Wars Shield of Justice, Demon Wars Down in Flames, and Demon Wars Scarlet Sin. Oddfellow, have you read this? Have you read the Demon Wars stuff? Or Demon Saga stuff?
No, I read all of Demon Days, but I haven't caught up on the Demon Wars stuff. But I enjoy her art a lot. Like, some of the world building she's done is very interesting as like an AU. So I am excited to tackle this, and I'll probably get it when the trade drops.
Have you been reading her Ultimate X-Men?
I have not. Is it good?
It's different. I'm not the biggest fan, but I know people like it. It doesn't feel like we had this conversation actually.
Yeah, we did. We had a conversation about however good it is independently why include it in the Ultimate range.
Well, and then we brought up, okay, like, you know, if they weren't taking chances like that, then like we wouldn't have things like the X-Force and Ecstatics by Peter Milligan and Mike Allred. You know, they took a chance when they did that.
Well,
it kind of feels like that because X-Force and Ecstatics really didn't feel like every other X book.
No.
So maybe it's okay. Like I said, it's not for me, but I can definitely see why people would like it. Definitely stands on its own. Because I guess because it doesn't feel like an X-Men book,
fair.
or an Ultimate book. So it's kind of its own thing. Doctor Strange by Jed McKay. This is part of the Blood Hunt, and collecting issues 11 through 18 of this book with Danilo Beyruth and Pasquale Ferry on artwork. $24.99.
I have been enjoying Jed McKay's run on Doctor Strange. It's really good. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I agree with Lars.
Yeah.
Really love it.
Which is unusual for you, I know. But no, it's really good. Yeah.
Look at Matt trying to find those evergreen books. Can't stay long, but wanted to say after striking out on Paracuelos at my local comic book store, I grabbed Onasum being an upgrade soul. Worker didn't know anything about them, but said it was now interested in all three of them. Yes! That's awesome. By the way, an update on the Evergreen, not Evergreen, the library video. I'm gonna kill for the love of comics. I didn't realize Eternaut was out of print. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to get my friend to find me a copy because he lives overseas, but he's like, sometimes we run into English copies used. That book is $700 right now, and I was cursing Curtis out for suggesting a book that's $100. I forgot to email him. I've had so much.
That's like its third printing.
Surely library budgets can stretch that far.
Well, it's coming out of my pocket to donate to a library. I can't write off my taxes. Like, I'm gonna get what, 50 cents back from that? No kid's gonna want that. Anyway, I'm trying to get my friend from Brazil to see, because he ran across a couple in the past, because I know that he helped out a couple of my viewers in English. Sometimes they get used copies down there. Go ahead, Curtis.
There is a different version of Eternaut that came out, I think, in 1979, with a different artist. It's an abridged version of the story with a different artist, Alberto Breccia. Mm-hmm. And Fantagraphics released that version a couple of years ago, and so as an alternative, you could swap in that one. The story is obviously it's not the same as the original version, but it's still pretty good.
I'm gonna buy him a digital copy, the Home of Collected Editions. Here's a $10 credit. I'm not even paying for taxes for your Kindle. Lent it out. Avengers by Jen McKay, Volume 3. This is another one of the Blood Hunt crossovers, collecting Avengers 12 through 16. This one's 112 pages, $15.99. And Dracula Blood Hunt, not by Jed McKay, but by Danny Lohr and Kevin Scott, who's done a lot of work on Star Wars. Collecting Dracula Blood Hunt 1 through 3, and Union Jack the Ripper Blood Hunt 1 through Union Jack the Ripper. That's awesome. 1 through 3.
That is a great name.
160 pages, $19.99. Midnight Suns, and I assume this stuff might, they have been printing a lot of omnis of this stuff, of the recent events. I assume this will be. It's gonna be a huge book though, because there's over 50 titles crossing over into the Blood Hunt. This is the Brian Hill story, featuring Blade, but also the Midnight Suns, and collecting Midnight Suns Blood Hunt 1 through 3, and then the Werewolf by Night one shot, 112 pages, $15.99. Hugo Pratt's Quarto Maltese books from 10 years ago are also mega bucks. Huh. I have a bone to pick about those, because when they were releasing those, Fantagraphics told me they were going to put 2-in-1 hardcovers together, and I waited 4 years, and those never came, because I guess they thought it was just too much money. I assume. Curtis, who do I write?
So I work for the company that put those out. It's the Library of American Comics. They have an imprint called Euro Comics where they just did European books, and so we put those out, but the demand for them when they were released wasn't big enough for us to do 2-in-1. 2-in-1. So IDW scrapped that.
I thought you and I were buying them at the same time, Omar. I feel like we changed.
No, we remember because I'm the one that told you they're coming out with hardcovers. I'm gonna wait. I've waited too long. This is Curtis lied to me.
Yeah.
I bet it was Curtis that wrote that.
Curtis, I'm not inviting.
No, the original plan. The original plan was to do larger, like more like 2-in-1 or 3-in-1 or something like that. But and in hardcover. But yeah, the demand wasn't, like, the interest wasn't there, and so that's why IDW also said that they're not going to reprint any of them, just because they just didn't sell very well. But I will say that there are plans in the works to be re-releasing these as paperbacks, because these ones, they weren't hardcover, but they also weren't paperback. It was a flexi. It was called flexi covers. So the plan is, I think, in 2025 to start releasing them in soft cover. So
I'm not sure I can have a liar on batter days. That's not a good look for my show.
That's strange.
Well,
Curtis, what's happening?
Well, you already have a monopoly of lying on that show, so you don't want to share, do you?
Well, you haven't been my guest yet. So just relax.
Shots fired everywhere. I love it. And Peter's not even here.
No.
He's playing Dungeons and Dragons, I believe. This is his Dungeons and Dragons day. Blood Hunters once more into the darkness, collecting Blood Hunters 1 through 4 and Hallows Eve, the Big Night. 160 pages, $19.99.
Is
It's
this
a lot of creators.
Is this the same thing as Blood Hunt? Only
Yeah, we're still in the Blood Hunt. Like,
okay.
This is part of the
Wow.
event.
This is a lot of stuff.
It's a lot. It's a big freaking crossover. X-Men
Yeah.
97. I know Oddfell has read this.
Yes.
Tell me about X-Men 97 Great Expectations. That Todd Knock on the cover there? Yeah, it's Todd Knock on the cover. Oh, it says so right here. The official prelude to the critically acclaimed Disney Plus animated series, collecting the first 4 issues, 112 pages, $15.99. What is this about, Oddfell?
So this is a really good kind of overarching, I don't want to call it like a summary because it's not, but I read the first, I think, 2 of the 4. And it's a really good way to kind of prep for the show if you haven't seen the cartoon original one in a while. It kind of bridges the gap. It gets you established to the characters, the world state, before they immediately throw you into 97, where the breaks just don't stop the whole show.
No, they really don't.
So if you don't find yourself wanting to rewatch the entirety of the original series, this is a good way to refresh your memory and get used to the characters and prep yourself for what you're about to strap into.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I was watching the new X-Men 97 with I guess you call them a not we. I mean, someone who does not follow the X-Men comics. And they very much enjoyed it, but it did feel like storyline after storyline after storyline was kind of hitting them. And they were like, I do sometimes feel like I should have read the comics beforehand. I'm like, well, just keep going. It'll be okay.
I love the show to pieces. My only complaint is I feel like they packed so much into that season because it really doesn't stop.
I would echo that. It was a kind of a triumph, but a bit much. Yeah.
So it is set between the original and animated series. Okay. So is this like 96, like and a half, 96.5?
It feels like 96.5.
It's September of 1996. No, I don't know.
96.5 on your dial.
Look at that. There's that radio voice that made Jess the staple of.
That's right. Omnidog here with a group of people. 96.5 on your dial talking about X-Men 96.5.
So good at that.
Like Dr. Johnny Fever all over again.
Christos Cage writing X-Men again. Weapon X-Men by Greg Land and Yildiray Sinar. And this is collecting the original X-Men #1 and Weapon X-Men 1 through 4. Who is that? Laura on the cover?
What's this about?
Yeah,
a sea zombie, Age of Apocalypse, Old Man Logan. Maybe it's not. Can't tell if those are Bone Claws or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Ghost Rider: Final Vengeance.
Vengeance. Probably not the Final Vengeance, but
dude, spoilers. I haven't read it yet. Ghost Rider: Final Vengeance 1 through 6.
That gun is rad, though.
That is. I was just gonna say shotgun skull.
Yeah,
well, the Hellblazer gun, right? Like it's Johnny Blaze with the Hellblazer gun, but this is somebody else. Oh, it's a female James Howlett. Oh, so it's not Laura.
Okay.
Okay, it must be a new character. Here we go. DBZ All Star, Old Man Logan, Jane Logan, Earth X Logan, Zombieverse Logan, AOA Logan. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary, Omar. Thank you. It is also my anniversary today. But we are going to celebrate. Thank you. We're going to celebrate. I've had a weird week. We're going to celebrate after we come back from our vacation. It's final, Lars. Wizard Magazine.
Apparently so.
Wizard Magazine said this was the final Ghost Rider.
Absolutely, yeah. And they never exaggerated. So does this gun like shoot people with eyeballs of fire? Is that how it works?
Dude, how? That's an awesome gun, dude.
I know it is. No, but
don't make fun of the eyeball skull gun.
Well, I think if it shoots eyeballs, that's even better.
Flaming eyeballs.
Flaming. Well, yeah. Well, it'd be hellfire eyeballs, obviously.
Ooh.
The Immortal Thor. This is Volume 3, collecting issues 11 through 15. continuing this amazing run, by the way, of Al Ewing's Thor, and 120 pages, $17.99. Did I miss anything interesting? You missed Lars' bathroom humor a little bit earlier ago. That's about it. It shoots the penance stare at people. There we go.
Oh, okay.
There's somebody that's read comics.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Arthur. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
And looks like we got Deadpool by Cody Sigler, Volume 1, Blood Bond, collecting the first 5 issues, $17.99. I've only read the first issue because my wife bought the single issue.
So much.
So
much blood in this catalog. It's like giving to the blood center.
Well, he is having a movie, so you have to give what the people what they want.
Yes,
which is more Deadpool with guns.
Right.
Oh, thank you. Happy anniversary to you and Melanie Omar. How many years? 16 years she's put up with me. 16 years.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Well
I did not miss any Alf news.
Yeah.
No Alf news. Star Wars, The High Republic.
Okay.
A century. Oh, now they're calling it a century before the Acolyte.
Century before the Acolyte. Okay.
Phase 3, Volume 2. So this is still about 100 years before the Skywalker saga. And this is collecting issues 6 through 10 of the 3rd series. And the Acolyte, Kelnaka. 144 pages, $19.99. Is there an omnibus? Is this the real Fidel Castro? Is there? Oh, wait, he passed away a couple of years ago.
Died finally. Took a long time.
There is no omnibus. There is a gallery edition that's coming out, oversized heart, which is bigger than an omnibus and will not fit into your K-Laxes. Oh, you can't even see me showing you because I'm an idiot and have your comment up. It won't fit into the K-Lax. They're bigger than that.
That was an unusual choice for a gallery edition because it seemed like NYX people like vocally didn't care for it.
It's not NYX people, it's people that like Laura, because when they brought the character of Laura from the X-Men Evolution cartoon, she was like a different type of character because NYX, she's a teenage lady of the evening. Yeah. So a lot of people, that were fans of Laura were like, well, that's not the character that I remember. I actually love the artwork in that because it's Joshua Middleton doing the first 4 issues. And then the follow-up series was Joe Quesada, and I can't remember who the artist was. But yeah, that was the problem with that. So that's why it's not included. Because, the X-23 Omnibus has her origin, which is that mini-series that's collected in that oversized hardcover you just held up. Usually I never agree with Warren. So usually he's Bizarro Omar, but he's right about that. I love the artwork still, though.
Yeah.
I am also a lady of the night.
You are? Oh.
Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red. This is the trade paperback with the Treasury edition is out already, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is out. This is the only one that is not Black, White, and Blood. And somebody made that comment.
Oh, interesting.
Black, White, and Red 1 through 4. And Star Wars, which is coming to an end with this.
Yeah.
The end of an era for the Rebel Alliance. Some people saw that and messaged me asking, does that mean that Marvel lost the rights to Star Wars? No, it's just this era of Star Wars is coming to an end. This is the post Return of the Jedi era. No, this is the post Empire, right?
Yes.
Post Empire before Return of the Jedi. So I'm excited for I'm ready for a new start, and I'm hoping it will be post Return of the Jedi. But it's going to be interesting because now that Marvel is like canon Star Wars comics, when Dark Horse was doing their post Return of the Jedi, there were no episodes 7, 8, and 9. Nobody had any idea what it was going to be like. So they kind of build their own thing. And I love a lot of that stuff. As a matter of fact, like Dark Empire is one of my favorite Star Wars comics. 1, 2, and 3. Empire's End. But now they actually have a map of like, okay, episodes 7, 8, and 9. Maybe we can make comics about that era between episodes 6 and 7, or go back before the episode 1. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But regardless, I'm excited to see where they go. Another book that is coming to an end of an era is the Zeb Wells run on Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Collecting Amazing Spider-Man 50 through 54. This is Going Green. 160 pages, $19.99. Hold on a second. Post Return of the Jedi, still Aftermath, but Luke isn't involved much. Just looking for Jedi stuff. And it's going to be interesting. Like, well, I mean, we have like, the Book of Boba Fett, and we've got Mandalorian. We've got all these different like TV shows now too. And Spider-Woman by Steve Fox, Volume 2, The Assembly, is coming out, collecting issues 6 through 10, Web of Spider-Man 1. I believe Peter really liked the first volume. I'm not sure if he's read this one or not.
The first volume's already out?
Well, he read them in single issues. And I think it's coming out this month, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I didn't think it had come out yet.
Jackpot and Blackjack. Boy, if that book doesn't have Jess Bragg written all over it. The cover's by Adam Hughes.
Absolutely.
That is so you, man. Collecting Jackpot number 1, Jackpot and Blackjack 1 through 4. Material from Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1 and Amazing Spider-Man number 31. 152 pages, $19.99.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
How did I miss this series coming out? I've never seen this before.
With a cover like that, how did you miss it, Oddfell?
Literally, like how did I
Did you
miss
see the goggles on Mary Jane?
Yeah, she looks incredible. I'm like, that looks awesome.
You need to create that costume, Oddfell. It looks great.
Yeah. Well, most of Mary Jane's outfits are really plain, so I'm like, that's actually really rad.
Black Widow and Hawkeye are coming out with Broken Arrow 1 through 4. Oh, wait, somebody said something.
A
lot of canon books have taken place post Return of the Jedi. That's right. They did do like the Age of series, and they did Poe Dameron series. They've done some mini series, right, with the characters. I forget because I was waiting for omnis of those or oversized hardcovers of those. This is collecting Black Widow and Hawkeye 1 through 4, and then Tales of Suspense 52 and 57. So you have something new and something old. 136 pages, $17.99. Oh yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Here's your chance to speak up. You ready for this, Omni Dog?
Sure.
No.
Who's the most knowledgeable guy in the stream with Epic Collections, Doctor Who, and Star Trek.
Yep.
Go ahead, Curtis. Take it away. What do we
Gird your loins for battle, Curtis. Here we go.
This is Silver Surfer Epic Collection, Volume 8, The Herald Ordeal. And this is one that, Omar, you and I announced this in one of our live stream announcements years ago. And then they took it off the schedule and never put it back on the schedule until now. It's a gap filler. We have Volume 7, we have Volume 9, and this is the Ron Mars era. And let me see here. There's all of the heralds come together to kind of have a big fight, and there's significant changes to Nebula and Ron Lim on art mostly. So yeah, this is a fun book.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Curtis. Pop your head in, baby.
Oh, hey, there's Melanie.
Up.
Happy anniversary, Melanie.
Happy anniversary.
Anniversary to you all as well.
That's not the way that works.
It's not how you see. Hi, Phil. Hi, Lars.
Hello.
Hi, Jess. Hi, Curtis.
You want to say hi to the chat too?
Hi, chat.
Oh, thank you. Curtis, he just finally got to speak.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Wow.
He's been quiet.
We don't let him do it much, but yeah.
Andrew's here. He's saying happy anniversary.
Oh, thanks. We've been married 16 years.
Yeah, it's a long time to put up with someone like me.
Ooh.
That's for sure.
What kind of kiss is this?
I was trying to make it a family-friendly show by kissing your nose.
I'm kissing your forehead, your nose.
This video's not sponsored by Marvel Comics.
Give me a kiss on the lips.
God.
Like people in your lurid nose kissing.
Come on, let's go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Excellent. Good. Well done.
Please don't rate that.
Bye, guys.
Oh my
Flip
God.
that, James.
I did not like Jess Bragg saying, "Come on, let's go," and us kissing at the same time. That's just
I will now donate to your Patreon. Well
nightmare
done.
fuel right there. Thor Epic Collection, the Eternal Saga. Curtis, I want to say something before you talk about this. Do you remember when you and I did an announcement like 5 years ago, and it was like Thor, the Eternal Saga? It wasn't an Epic Collection, and you emailed me going, "Hey, is there any way you can ask David to change that to an Epic Collection?" And I emailed him, and he was like, "No, we're not going to change it to it's a Saga book, and we're not there with the epics yet." Look where we are now, man. This brings it back home.
Yep, here we are. Well, and I think that one they wanted to really brand it more spotlighting Eternals because the movie was out. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
So this one is out now.
Go ahead, Curtis.
This is a significant book because it plugs up a hole that was volume 9 and volume 11. So now we have 12 volumes of Thor Epic Collections all in a row. So this is good. This is the Roy Thomas. This was a weird period for Thor because he was kind of all over the place in terms of a creative team. So you have Roy Thomas, Mark Grunwald, Ralph Macchio, and Joe Duffy as writers, with just as many pencilers as well. So yeah, it's kind of a grab bag. I think people are mixed in this story as well. Some people love it. Some people think it's really boring. So
I love issue 300. And I love John Buscema's artwork during this time. So you get the whole trade dress up here.
Curtis, when you die age 150 in your Viking funeral pyre, we'll put the Thor epics all around you, okay? And that's what we'll shoot the flaming arrows into. It only seems fair.
I love
Okay,
that
sounds
in
good.
this scenario, Lars is still alive.
Right. Yeah. I have a normal lifespan. Absolutely.
Okay. Avengers Epic Collection Seasons of the Witch. And that, I think, is the same cover that they used for one of the pre-epic epics. But Curtis, tell me about this one.
Yeah, did they use it for one of the Ultimate Vision trades?
That's it. Yeah, it was
Absolute Vision. Absolute Vision. Yeah. Because that's covering this era right here. This is the Roger Stern era of Avengers, volume 13. Now, this one was interesting because we had volume 10 of Avengers, and they skipped over volume 11 and 12 and just gave us volume 13. And I wasn't sure why. Do you know, does this line up with an omnibus release or something? I'm not sure why they skipped over.
Well, we don't have
two
any
volumes.
of Roger Stern in omnibus format, but I would love that. No, I don't think so. I think they were just doing a bunch of thick trades, trying out new things. I think they were trying to line them up with those Marvel Premiere hardcovers. You remember those? The standard size hardcovers that they were coming out with?
Right.
Those they tried for a few years, and then they decided to do big thickies, and then we got epics, and that's all she wrote. That's it.
Big thickies.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and this one is a they're taking the old Absolute Vision trade and just kind of redressing it. But I think that there's some more stuff in it. Was the Hawkeye series in that old trade? I don't think it was.
No.
So
I don't
we
know
get
if
the
I still
Hawkeye
have that.
miniseries.
Absolute Vision. I'll have to look. John, thank you so much for the super chat. The bad thing about Blood Hunt is the other than XMen books and a few others, we got no clue what half Marvel books even are. Help us out here, Marvel. Well, with an omnibus, you're gonna have all those in between there. Absolute Vision. Yeah, it's volume 1. Thank you for that, Lee. And Star Wars. This wraps up that era, right? It's not, or no. I thought it was gonna be volume 8 or 9. Anyway, Curtis, what is this?
Yeah, they decided not to put a volume number on this one. They're just calling it the original Marvel years, Droids and Ewoks. This one is the two Star Comics series, Droids and Ewoks. The Star Comics being the all ages line that they had at the time. These two were based on the animated series from the 80s. And so they're collecting it all in one volume. And this is significant because this is actually the very last Star Wars Legends Epic Collection to be released. Like after this, it's all done as far as what Marvel is allowed to print. So there you go.
They're also done
all
with the
done.
Dark Horse era?
Yep.
Dang, that is so cool.
This is the last
And
one.
that is a lot of books. Oddfell and Lars, we were at C2E2, and Lars had this amazing idea to ask the audience that were watching our panel, how many of you have, so many epics? And then Lars said, how many of you have all the epics except for Star Wars? And then a couple guys raised their hand. Then he said, how many of you have every single epic, including the Star Wars? And one guy raised his
One
hand.
guy. He had
That
all-
was
Nice.
because Star Wars alone
That was
has a lot.
incredible.
all of Star Wars and Conan.
Oh,
I
and
think
Conan.
I think it's like people like, well, I have everything or a lot of it except for Star Wars and Conan. Those are two different. But then he had everything. Yeah.
How many Star Wars epics are there?
Curtis, you got 2 moments to shine.
I think I can't remember the exact number. It's over 50.
Wow.
All right, Curtis, you have been waiting for this moment all your
What's
life.
the difference between regular
What is
trade
the difference
paperback and epic
between
collection?
paperback and an epic collection, Curtis?
Be sure to commit suicide after this. Like, well, can't get any better.
As far as the way that the materials go, there's not really a difference in regular trade paperback and epic collections. It's just the branding. Sorry, Epic Collections is a line of books that specifically are meant to capture every single issue in a long-running series. Pardon me. So while regular trade paperbacks aren't branded, these ones have a significant purpose. And that's the mandate is to make sure that they're collecting unbroken runs of these long ones. They go from start to finish. And the Star Wars ones tackle it a little bit differently. They are doing it chronologically rather than in publication order. But for the Marvel superhero related ones, they try to cram it full of some bonus stuff and miniseries and annuals and that kind of stuff. But the main core series is there start to finish, with the exception of Power Man Iron Fist, which has one issue missing because of licensing issues with ROM. And same with Marvel 2-in-1. There's a missing issue in there because of ROM.
Yes, Rom.
That was an excellent and yet and well done and elegant yet slightly underwhelming answer. Branding. It's like, well,
Thank you. I know that's all it is. It's branding.
what's the difference? Corporate greed. I mean,
This is
that's
a brilliant idea. Ewoks versus the Predator Max series. I love
Wow,
it.
that would be awesome.
I do also like here how it presumes Star Wars' most beloved characters, as if, screw you, Baby Yoda. It's really droids and
Well, at one
Baby
time,
Yoda versus Predator.
hey, now we're talking.
Yeah.
well, no, my money would be on Baby Yoda, but he'll want to take a nap afterward.
Do you know when we might get a reprint of the Annihilation Omnibus? Well, you're in luck because I announced it.
Yep.
Coming out in January, I think, 2025.
Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong because I often am, and my wife's not here to remind me.
Nice.
So if you're
No,
in the
no,
chat,
I
let me
did.
know.
I think you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I'll text you later. Biggest difference: the epics have a smaller chance of having a line canceled.
Oh well, there is that.
That is.
Well,
so
I mean,
true.
yeah, at this point, it seems that way for sure.
Speaking of more epics, let's talk about some modern stuff. Here it finally is with the trade dress
Yep.
and the back. Vader Modern Era Epic Collection. Man, if you haven't read this, you're in for a freaking treat.
Fantastic.
Curtis, tell me about this, buddy.
Well, I haven't read this, so I think I'm in for a freaking treat.
Oh, cool.
You haven't? Oh, really? Okay.
You are.
Yeah.
Wow,
You are indeed.
54 Star Wars epics?
54. That
There
sounds
you go.
right.
That's
Nice.
insane.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
That's a lot of books. That's a lot of books.
I don't own a lot of Star Wars, but I own this. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I read I think the first few issues, the first 6 issues, I think is one story arc or something. I read that, and then I didn't read any more after that. So the whole Vader down stuff that comes in that'll come in the next volume is all new to me for sure.
Yeah,
Same with half of this, but yeah, this is the very first volume of the Marvel Darth Vader series that was published once Disney bought Star Wars. And so yeah, we're getting 12 issues in here, plus a director's cut of issue 1 and an annual at 352 pages, which seems like it'll be a pretty standard size for these Star Wars modern era epic collections.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So good. I loved it.
Great for people who don't normally read Star Wars comics.
Oh man, and one of my all-time favorites, Spider-Girl. All right, Curtis, let's talk about this one. Take
This one is volume 5. There were 4 volumes released of Spider-Girl complete collections, and then they canceled that line in favor of the epic collections, and they gave us volume 1 of the epics, of the modern era epic collections. There you go, complete collection volume 4. And then people were wondering what's going to happen with that volume.
That was really good. That was well acted, Jess. I like that.
Some of them got really angry.
What?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
And some of them were really sad.
Slitting your jugular seems a bit much, but you know.
I'm just glad.
But now we have volume 5. So this is great. Marvel knew that the fans wanted this, and so they gave us volume 5 without having to make the people who had those other volumes wait for volume 2, 3, and 4 to come again. So here we go, volume 5. And this isn't even the end of the Spider-Girl series. There are going to be a few more volumes after this. So it's this book ran for a long time.
So they mapped this perfectly to go with the first 4 volumes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think with those, they probably had it mapped, like how they were going to do the complete collections already. But once the complete collections weren't selling and they were like, oh, what are we going to do with these? I would love to see numbers, but, you know, nobody's privy to those unless you work. Even people that work within Marvel never really see all the numbers. But I would love to see how much more these modern epic collections are selling compared to ultimate collections and complete collections. Because by the time the line ended of complete collections, they just weren't selling enough, which sucks. Because there were some there were really good stuff in there.
Oh, this is a fun book.
But, well, I mean, there were complete collections of like Tomb of Dracula and things like that. So now those can be put over into epic collections. Modern. Well, Tomb of Dracula would still be a classic, though.
Right.
Do we know if Marvel intends to cover Amazing and Spectacular Spider-Girls? I assume everything is going to be in this particular line. Because it goes past her ongoing series. And then we have another modern era, which this is interesting that they're going and wrapping up or continuing Matt Fraction's run on Iron Man for the modern era epics. Instead of like going back to a volume 1, they're giving you like the next volume that you need for the modern era epics. Curtis, take it away.
So volume 3 just came out like last month, and so now we're going to get a follow-up in the same year. This is December of 2024, finishing up the Matt Fraction era of Iron Man. And let's see here, it also has Iron Man Requiem and Rescue #1 and Free Comic Book Day 2019 or 2010. I can't read it, it's too small. And yeah, so
2019.
I read that.
I can't read it.
Huh?
This is so good. This is so good. What happens to modern era collections 10 years from now if they're reprinted? Do they become classics? Oh yeah, that's the brilliance of that, right? They're just gonna reprint it as a epic collection, volume whatever.
That's right. They totally will.
Like, I mean, we made that joke as soon as those announcements came out. We were like, 10 years from now, I think it'd probably be like more like 15, right? 15 years from now, there's no way they're going to consider this modern era. Like, we're talking.
Well, I always use the argument that, if you talk about modern fashion or modern design, that refers to the 1950s. Modern art is from the 1800s. So, like, modern comics they can just keep on calling this era modern for the rest of eternity if they wanted to.
So by that definition, Jess Bragg is a modern era man, right? If we're talking about classic art.
Yeah, but that's the standard. Oliver Cromwell is a modern man. So,
There he is. Wow.
I loved how that appears to be a compliment, but then there's
It's so was not.
it's so loaded where it was like a time delay fuse on that bomb. It was awesome.
It's how I work. Hawkeye Epic Collection shafted with that Salvador La Roca artwork that I miss so much because I'm not the biggest fan of his new art style.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Just a fast artist, cranking stuff out there. I get it, but still, man, I love this art style. Very reminiscent of like Carlos Pacheco, because they were both around the same time coming out.
That's right.
Curtis, take us away. What is this Hawkeye stuff here?
This is the very last volume of the modern era, of the classic era Epic Collections. It actually lines up pretty well with the Hawkeye Modern Era Volume 1 that's coming out next week, I think, or the week after. Volume 4. So the Volume 3 wrapped up the Solo Avengers book, which we don't have yet. They haven't announced a Volume 3. They skipped ahead to this one, and it collects Hawkeye's 1994 miniseries, Hawkeye, Earth's Mightiest Marksman #1, Hawkeye, the 2003 8-issue series, Avengers 502, The Pulse #10, New Avengers number 26 and 30, and also Young Avengers Presents #6, and material from Marvel Comics Presents 159 to 161. So it's a grab bag of a whole bunch of kind of random miniseries and that all star Hawkeye. But yeah, this is a classic era one, and it takes us all the way up to 2009, I think. Wow, there's so many Epic Collections. These are, we haven't seen these covers yet. I haven't seen these.
What? We announced this. Curtis?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the covers with the trade dress yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Get excited.
Is my internet flaking?
Does that completely change the experience for you?
Am I back?
You never left. Is there a
Yes.
Canadian lag?
We can hear you talking in tongues.
Am I
Curtis.
back now?
You never left. This is fun.
Oh, okay, I do that often.
I feel like you're answering questions before I'm asking them, so that's amazing. Or maybe it's my lack of sleep. This is great. Curtis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay.
Am I there? Am I not?
You are here. You're here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
We're going to talk about an Excalibur Epic Collection now.
Yes, that's what we're talking
keep
about.
going back and forth. This is awesome.
Go ahead, Curtis. Take it away.
Okay, this is volume 5 of the Excalibur Epic Collections, Days of Futures Yet to Come, and wrapping up Alan Davis's run. We had volume 4 a few years ago, but they didn't give us the follow-up volume until now. So Alan Davis's run is kind of one of the most beloved eras of Excalibur. So it's great to be able to have this collection complete now. He did the writing and the artwork as well. But then, of course, we see that there are a bunch of friends that are joining him in the writing and penciling duties as well. I'm very unfamiliar with this era, so I can't really comment on the content. Although I remember when the trading cards came out, all of these they had the rookie cards in the Marvel Universe, and some of these characters were all rookies because they were new at the time.
Micromax is one of the best characters ever. All right. This is the ending of Alan Davis's run, and it goes into the Scott Lobdell era, which was when Marvel was like, oh, Alan Davis is leaving the book. That sucks. Alan Davis leaves us with like a happy ending. Then Scott Lobdell comes in and is like, I don't know how to write any of these British characters. Let's get rid of half of them, and then we're going to bring in Britannic. We're going to cross over with XMen. It's going to be part of Fatal Attractions. I swear, even as like a youth, I was like, Oh my gosh.
It was
This
gutted pretty quickly.
obviously doesn't know how to write these characters and obviously wants to make this into an X-Men era. Because I love this era of Excalibur. It was like the non-X-Men comic that was coming out at the time.
I think they even made an action figure of Kylun. Yeah.
They did. You're right. They did.
Yeah.
A Widget was part of the team. What is her name? Cerise?
Cerise?
Cerise, that's it. Yes, that's it. Nightcrawler's lady from the Shi'ar Empire. I remember the Jim Lee trading card as a kid.
Yes.
Where her she was big. She was a big lady. She was a big lady. Who else was on this team?
You mean she was very tall? Yeah.
That's not what I meant at all.
Was Silhouette part of this team, or was she on? Was that a different X book? Silhouette.
You dumb bastard! That is the New Warriors. What is
New Warriors. Oh, right. It's not even an X book.
I love that the New Warriors. I've never called Curtis that in my life, by the way.
So this team had Night Thrasher.
This is one of the smartest, nicest people on the planet. I'm so sorry about that, Curtis. I take it back. I was trying to think of who else was on the team, but now you just, Curtis, you broke my heart. Doom is, dude. If you all have not read Doom by Christopher Cantwell, this is an awesome book. I don't know if have any of you read it. Oddfell, have you read this?
Yeah, this is phenomenal.
Talk to me.
So this book came out a couple years back, and it's just honestly, if you like Doom, it's really, really interesting. I love when he interlopes with Kang every now and then, and it's in this very interesting interim between overarching Marvel events, so you get to spend time with him before he gets dragged into like 8 other crossovers. And I think it's pre-Krakoa, right? Or is it right after Krakoa started? I can't remember.
It's in that era of Krakoa starting, but Doom is kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, because I want to say it's before X-Men F4, like right before that. But I had a lot of fun with it. If you like Doom, I don't want to talk about the plot too much because it goes places.
Oh my gosh.
But if you like Doom, it's very, very good. The characters they have him interlope with and interact with are really, really fun. Really fun.
The trade paperbacks, there were only 2 trades and they were out of print. And I think this one actually includes a little more. The only negative thing I can say about this collection is they could have put Dr. Doom on a bear on the cover. But they didn't.
Yeah.
That's one of the best images that Marvel has put out in decades. Doom on a bear. Oh, missed opportunity.
This book was really good. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
And those trades are out of print. And this is a big surprise because I don't think this made it into the catalog yet. But it's here and coming out as a thickie, 272, the slimmer side of the thickies, 272, 34.99. Thank you, Nick. Nick is a fellow New Warriors fan. Look at that. He would never say Silhouette was part of the Excalibur game, but that's okay.
I'm gonna have to pick this up because, like, I have not been able to track down Volume 2. Like,
yeah,
I have Volume 1, but.
Now, to be fair, Curtis is a Epicurean, so there are no New Warrior epics.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know these things?
I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. He knows nothing about the New Warriors, or I guess what else is missing? Alpha Flight,
To Kill a Mockingbird, The Great Gatsby. You know, Hamlet. He's read none of these. Right.
New Warriors, To Kill a Mockingbird, and The Great Gatsby. All 3 of those are amongst the classics now.
I'm waiting for the Marvel Classics Epic Collection series.
Oh, that's hilarious. We were joking with Oddfell and Lars before this stream.
Yeah.
Did Oddfell and Lars not get the memo to wear red?
No, we didn't.
Oddfell's always wearing red. Her hair. Lars, on the other hand,
I'm more of a purple kind of guy.
Mini Marvels Hulk Smash. These are digest-sized books and a lot of fun if you haven't read them. And most of mine I actually ended up donating to little libraries. So forgiving them. Well, I learned from the New Warriors. Sometimes you just gotta forgive people's ignorance. So.
Whoa!
I love Curtis. I love
Peter.
Peter isn't here, so I can't like bust on. Like, I gotta take it out on somebody, and it's more Curtis. A nice person I know. Marvelverse Captain America. This is one of those get to know this character type of book that they've been putting out in digest size. Captain America 100, 255, Fighting Avenger, and Marvel Team Up 13. The interesting thing about these is that sometimes the stories don't have to be in the 616 canon. And look at that cover by Jeffrey Scott Campbell.
That's beautiful.
And
Pretty
weird.
It is Gwen Stacy, beyond amazing. That's interesting. So collecting Gwen Stacy 1 and 2 material from giant size Gwen Stacy. When did those come out? This is a GN, by the way, so it's a digest size book.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing her get a solo. I'm looking that up.
But I love the creative team. It's Christos Gage, Sean Ryan, and Todd Knock. Huh.
So this is coming out in the smaller form before it comes out.
They've done that with like Scotty Young series, the Strange Academy.
Strange Academy.
Yeah, they came out in digest size. Yeah.
Giant size Gwen Stacy's from 2022.
So those haven't been collected. Gwen Stacy series was from 2020 and was eternally delayed. Not that good either. Oh, really?
I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe
Christos Gage. That series never finished. It was halted during the pandemic. They then finished in a giant size. Okay. New Warrior fans are a few, so no one cares. Sometimes it hurts. I still had this on, but you say giant size Gwen Stacy, and I think of Mexican Gwen. Yes, Mexican Gwen Stacy. That's the omnibus I want. And there's only one cover for that omnibus. And it's that.
You just have that on deck?
Oh my gosh, of course I do.
I don't do the fact that you were right there with that one.
Yeah, there was no delay.
No.
We got a bunch of Christina Hendricks gifts over here, too. And at this moment, I just want to remind people, if you're interested in pre-purchasing these books, pre-ordering them, check out our sponsor if you live in the EU, and that is Walt's Comic Shop, where I have a big announcement tomorrow that they've told some people too. It's very exciting. But tomorrow, Saturday? Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Yes, tomorrow Saturday. Yes.
Yeah.
They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books. Flat shipping rate for €12 for all EU countries, and you get at the checkout you put in near mint condition on one word, and you get free shipping on your next or your first order with over €40 or more, and that's waltzcomicshop.com, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting. All right, let's go back to the beginning and do a quick recap, and then we can talk to the chat about what everybody's most excited about. All right, Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 6, and both covers right there. Doctor Strange Omnibus Volume 1. This is Master of the Mystic Arts, and really Volume 3, though, if you're following the adventures of Doctor Strange in Omni format. Punisher by Rick Remender coming back to print, and X-Men Fatal Attractions Omnibus. So I guess that's a reprint, new printing. Black Panther by Reggie Hudlin. And if you missed the stream a little bit earlier, I did say that there are 2, maybe 3 books that were taken out of here that I haven't announced yet. Those I'll be announcing on Tuesday and next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Volume 7, when? Yeah, no, let's not start that again. Avengers Forever Omnibus coming out. And Marvel Masterworks, The Invincible Iron Man Volume 18, the remasterworks of Fantastic Four Volume 3. Some people were upset that they found out this way, that this is coming. I'm just trying to get these things out. Marvel is rushing some of the stuff out. Like there will be an announcement of Masterworks is what I'm trying to say, but probably not until after I get back. And Epic Collections, for the people wondering, I promise those will be announced when Curtis and I can get together after I get back. But he's also going to be MIA for a while too, because he's going to San Diego Comic-Con. Oddfell's going to be there, right? Oddfell?
Heyo, awesome.
That's great. I love it. You two better meet up and take some pictures.
Oh yeah,
that can be
you bet.
When is that? It's in June, July.
July.
Yeah,
it's the end of July.
Yeah.
Avengers by Jed McKay, Volume 3, Dracula Blood Hunt, Midnight Suns Blood Hunt, get ready for Blood Hunts, Blood Hunters, and X-Men Great Expectations, which is taking place in between Season 5 and X-Men 97, Web and X-Men, Ghost Rider Volume 5, Final Vengeance, don't believe what Lars says, The Immortal Thor Volume 3, and Cody Sigler's Deadpool Volume 1, as well as Star Wars The High Republic, Phase 3, Volume 2. Star Wars Darth Vader, Black, White, and Red trade paperback. Star Wars Volume 9, The Path of Light. Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells, Volume 11. Going Green, Spider-Woman by Steve Fox, Volume 2. Jackpot and Blackjack trade paperback. Nobody told Jess or Oddfell about that one. Black Widow and Hawkeye, Broken Arrow. All right, Curtis. Let's hear that.
Silver Surfer, Volume 8, The Herald Ordeal. Are we just going to fly through these ones too?
Yeah.
Thor, The Eternal Saga, Volume 10.
Faster, Curtis, faster.
Okay, Avengers Seasons of the Witch, Volume 13. Keep going.
You forgot to say Epic Collection.
Epic Collection, the original Marvel years, Droids and Ewoks, the very last Star Wars Legends Epic Collection.
Ever. Just like the last
Ever.
Last Vengeance or whatever Lars was going on about.
Star Wars Darth Vader Modern Era Epic Collection, Shadows and Secrets, Volume 1, new series. Spider-Girl, Volume 5. There's so many epics coming out this month.
Yeah, it's a good month to be you. Yeah.
Curtis, was that it?
Spider-Girl Modern Era Epic Collection, Keeping the Faith, Volume 5. Iron Man Modern Era Epic Collection, Volume 4, Stark Disassembled. And one more.
Spot there.
Two more. Yeah. Hawkeye Epic Collection, Shafted, Volume 4. And Excalibur Epic Collection, Volume 5, Days of Futures Yet to Come. That's what, like 8, I think? 8 Epic Collections?
I lost count. Doctor Doom by Cantwell and La Roca. Completely love that series. The Mini Marvels, Hulk Smash, Marvel vs. Captain America, and Gwen Stacy in graphic novel format, or GN digest size. All right, let's take it back to the beginning, and I'm going to go and ask my panel like I always do. What is the one book you're most excited for? And I'm going to look through, and if you're watching, by all means, please put what you're most excited for. Oddfell, what about you, young lady?
This one's tricky. I've been trade waiting to read Blood Hunt, so I am a little excited to start diving into those, but I think I'm going to have to go with Doom, because like Omar was saying, they went out of print fast, and I've been trying to have physical copies in my collection for a while, and I've only been able to get a hold of Volume 1, so I'm excited to be able to just have a book that has all of it. So I'm probably the most excited for that one.
Oh, good choice. Love it.
Yeah, that's a great book. Really great.
And Lars.
Silver Surfer Herald Ordeal Epic. Because I am one of those people who's been collecting this in epics, and you wait and wait and wait and wait, and finally here it is. And because because if I were to die and people were looking on my shelves, I mean, they might feel worse that way. They might go, "Oh God, if only he'd lived until that final volume came out." So this just make my death easier if they're all complete on the shelf like that.
Okay, that's a really morbid way of looking and being excited about Silver Surfer, you psycho.
That's where people are happy for me. No, and also this is because the Excalibur one's also quite exciting. I already have that material in the individual ones, but this hasn't really been collected anywhere else, I think. So yeah.
No, this stuff. I mean, let me look here. Silver Surfer 67 to 75. Some of it might have been collected in the Infinity Crusade.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is.
But I've been buying the Englehart, Starlin, Mars, Silver Surfer run all in epics. So yeah, this is a great day.
Okay.
There are a bunch of annuals in this one that have the Return of the Defenders annual storyline, like crossover, and that is all in an Incredible Hulk epic collection already. Yeah. So that's a sizable chunk of the book.
Yeah.
Okay, Lars. Shut up. Jess.
I had.
Wow. Okay.
Jess, anything less morbid you want to add? What do you
Yeah.
have?
The book I want before I am on my deathbed
Oh my
is
God.
going to be, I think, Spider-Girl. I really appreciate the fact that Marvel just jumped right to volume 5.
Well, they did a
to-
volume 1. They reprinted,
Yeah,
which is
right.
out of print. But go ahead.
Oh, volume 1 is already out of print.
No.
Okay.
The complete collection was out of print, so they
Okay.
rebranded it.
I
as a
appreciate the
modern-
fact that they jumped to 5, and I can complete this now, or it'll be easier to complete. I won't have to wait until my deathbed for them to go 2, 3, 4, and 5. I can read it on my deathbed. So
aren't you comforted to know that? Yeah. So something to look forward to then.
my deathbed, yeah.
No, but you'll have something to read.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm really done. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, you two classic bastards. Next,
That's the book I'm looking forward to.
modern classic Jess and modern classic Lars. You two done? Okay. Curtis, what about you, buddy?
I'm really looking forward to the Excalibur Epic Collection because I really enjoyed Volume 4. So I'm going to assume that this one's going to be great too. And I have a soft spot in my heart for Star Comics. So I'm also looking forward to the Droids and Ewoks, even though I have that old Dark Horse trade that collects them all already.
Oh, yeah,
Still looking forward to that.
And there was an omnibus too, for that matter.
That's true.
As far as me, the one book I'm super excited about is actually one book that I pulled, but it's the book that will be announced next Sunday. And it's the book that will be in the solicitations when you see it everywhere. And when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. That's why he's excited. And you should be too. So that's all I will say about that.
New Warriors Epic Collection.
Yeah.
Epic collection.
I mean, it's already an Omni, so
It is. Let me go through the chat here and see what everybody's excited about. And if somebody wants to look at something really quick, I'll be happy to do that. But I'm just going to go and see what the people are most excited for. Punisher by Remender. This is a good choice. Amazing Spidey 6 and Fatal Attractions and Spider-Girl. Frankenbuzz. That would have been fun. Let's see. Spidey 5. What's up, Doug? How are you, buddy? I mean, Spidey 6. Crap. About X-Men. Give me all the X-Men's. Well, they are here. Some of them are here. Still waiting for that Pizza Hut X-Men collection. One day. Never give up hope. Curtis, do you have that list handy? Did we announce Cap 17 reprint? I can't remember.
Cap 17.
Yeah, was that on the list? Did it make it on the list this year? I assume like Curtis has this master list open all the time.
I do. We did announce it, and then it was taken off the schedule, and we have not re-announced it. So I'm assuming it's going to be coming early 2025 in this next round of announcements that we do.
I will find out for sure. Okay, I will find out. Punisher by Remender, Silver Surfer Epic by Deadpool by Sigler, Spider-Girl and Hawkeye. DC versus Capcom hardcover omnibus. DC versus Capcom? You mean Marvel versus Capcom? They did a art book. If you haven't picked it up, Udon released that. It's freaking awesome, and it's available in hardcover. Oh, I think it's out of print. Somebody was asking about the Titan Conan. I promise that the Omnis are not canceled. They're super delayed.
Yeah.
I can't speak as to why, but there is a reason why. There's a huge reason why they were delayed. And it kind of makes sense.
No.
But
I assume they wouldn't be delaying it for no reason.
Well, people are fearing that they lost the license, right? Or what's going to happen? Is Marvel going to get it back? They are still working on it. I've been keeping up with Titan. As soon as they have another announcement with covers, and I know you're all like, well, I don't want any announcements. I want the books. I get it. They do too, right? But keep something in mind. This isn't just a Titan Comics thing. It is a Titan Comics
Yeah.
and Heroic Signature. So both of them are working on these things. Keep that in mind.
Who's Heroic Signature in this equation?
They own Robert E. Howard, the Robert E. Howard property.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Yeah,
everything.
working with licensors is always so many layers of approval and such. Takes a long time.
Hawkeye and Excalibur epics and Excalibur, Hawkeye, Avengers, Surfer epics. Look at all these epic people.
Good job, everybody. Good job.
Easy now, Curtis. Spider-Man, Omni, Amazing Spider-Man. You sold me on Doctor Doom. Good job, Oddfellow.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that. That's what
Yeah.
she does. Avengers and Spider-Girl epics, Fraction, Iron Man, The Strange and Spidey Omnis, Hawkeye 4, Amazing Spider 6, Spider-Girl. I'm getting Avengers Epic Collection Volume 13, Darth Vader Modern. I hope you are in for a treat. I'm waiting for Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6.5. Is that the issues going into the Roger Stern run? Spider-Man Volume 6, of course, Fatal Attractions, Black Panther. You guys also made me interested in Doom. Oh, it's worth checking out. It's good.
Yep.
It does feel like that. I get it. And I get everybody's frustration with Titan and Conan, but I hate the sound like they're trying their best, but they really are trying their best.
Yeah.
And once it's out, I hope people are still excited. Excited for XMen and Fatal Attraction. Oh yeah, I read that one. Lars is making Curtis. They picking up on Epic. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6. Wish it went to 212. Well, I'm still going to ask. I'll ask on Monday. And whatever they decide to do is up to them. Sometimes they've said yes. Sometimes they've said no. Your list is short because the other books were pulled from here, Roberto Rodriguez. Just wait till you see the other books. Who knows? Probably not into the stuff. Silver Surfer announcement is huge for that line. Past time for Amazing Spider-Man 6. We already talking about that epic collection. Amazing Spidey 6. Alpha's not even on here. Is it an X-Men book?
There's always one.
It is not an X-Men book. It is not an X-Men book. New Warriors Omnibus Volume 4. Oh my gosh, they have enough content for that.
They do?
Hell yes, they do.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm not like, look, you want to fatten it up and put that Zeb Wells junk in there? Sure, you do that.
Junk.
I hated that. Dude, I hated that run. Like,
But you'll buy it for sure.
Absolutely.
Even if they send you a free copy. Yep. I get it.
Avengers Epic. What is that? 10,000% Roger Stern Omnibus for announcement. What? No, Kitty Pryde. Don't start those rumors. Don't even guess. Silver Surfer Epic Ron Mars is top tier. Avengers Epic 12. Master of the Mystic Arts. It's tempting even though I have the epics. What do you say to that, Curtis?
Get both.
Okay.
It's true.
Can't beat Wolverine Volume 6 because Omar hates that era. Oh, you know me too well. I certainly do. I wish they'd reprint FF by Lee and Kirby 1 and Spidey 1. Those, I promise, those will be reprinted one day. And they have been reprinted, oh my gosh, I think 5. Spidey might have been 6 times now. But don't pay ridiculous prices for those later, like in the aftermarket. Just wait for a reprint. I promise they will come. Punisher by Remender and Fatal Attractions for me. What's up, Derek? Doom Invader. Punisher and Black Panther. Cautiously interested in Avengers Forever. I really don't want to double dip with Avengers by Aaron Omni. Yeah, that is the thing. It's like, how will they map that era of Avengers by Jason Aaron? Alan Davis, Excalibur, Peter David X Factor.
Both have value.
About it. Didn't even have to think about it. I love Excalibur. Don't
Both
remember me
have
wrong.
value. Both have value.
But what? I'm sorry, Lars. What did you say?
I say the question's a red herring because both have value.
But if you had a choice, which one would you pick?
Both. They're both awesome.
Gosh, dude,
Okay, you're on your deathbed. What would you pick?
Sophie's choice. Which one do you pick?
They're both awesome.
No, you can only read one before your wife pulls the plug.
Well, then I mean I might not be able to read anything because I would not be able to decide between these two excellent pieces of literature. So
That's you. That's where you stand. Oh my gosh, whatever.
Wow.
Lars, you are.
Tried my best.
You did. Avengers Epic 13, Amazing Spider-Man 11, Green Goblin, Jackpot, and Black. I'm surprised Jess did not go with Jackpot and Black Cat. That is Jess Bragg all over that book.
I think that was assumed that people would just know that I'm going to get it.
New Warriors Epic. Yeah, one day. Stern Avengers Omni. Amazing Spider-Man Epic 16. Wait. Omar wants that set. Well, yeah, people are going to be disappointed if my number one most omnibus, like wanted omnibus, is a Zeb Wells Spider-Man omnibus. Uncanny XMen Omnibus Volume 6. Well, it's been less than a year, right? We still got a while to go.
Actually, it just occurred to me that having your plug pulled in such a fashion would not be so bad. It's like, how do you want to go? Reading Chris Claremont X. That'll be fine.
That wasn't one of the choices, though.
Where am I buying that I don't that I have those collections available, but no Chris Claremont X-Men?
I've already filmed the Captain America by Mark Grunwald. I think I have it scheduled to go live in a couple of weeks, though, because I'm filming videos while I'm going to be gone. That one I filmed. Oh, it's so beautiful. Like just reminiscing and like going back to those stories, and it's got a beautiful introduction, which I didn't know they were going to do that by Ralph Macchio. They both of them worked together, and just the stories behind the scenes makes you appreciate that era of Marvel. Wish the Old Republic Omnibus got a reprint. Well, you're in luck because I announced it coming out in February of 2025.
Woohoo!
You just came in at the right time. You better everybody hit that like button. I forgot to mention that. Dang it. I can't see Marvel transitioning to just a writer-centric Amazing Spider-Man stint since the Falco doesn't write Amazing Spider-Man 286 to 295 to tie it all together. I can't 100% see it with Michelini since you're reaching 12 at that point. You talking about like how they're going to map the next book because it's Roger Stern? Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of double dipping. A lot of double dipping. If we're begging for epic reprints, I need New Mutants Volume 6 and Defenders 8. Write that down, Curtis. Write that. Curtis is the guy to beg to. He loves people begging.
Well, when you're next
gotta vote for it in the poll.
Be sure to mention those, okay?
I can see Blood Hunt being one huge Omni like AVX, or they could do a companion with the main Omni. Marvel needs to reprint the original run of FF Walking Dead style, bi-weekly goodness with nothing but the price altered. No new ads or any of that BS. You mean like coming out in single issues? Like facsimile editions? But no ads. No ads? Walking Dead style. You mean I'm sorry. I am.
Well, they are re-releasing. They're redoing that whole series, but it's in color. But I mean, maybe they're still redoing it month by month, and that's probably what they mean.
Oh, did Captain Marvel by Caleb Thompson Volume 2 get canceled? Still not solicited. Nope, it's still in the works. They just have to find a date. That and Guardians of the Galaxy by Brian Michael Bendis Volume 2. They're still in the works. Yes, Artgerm has a Satana cover coming out next week. Check it out.
I already pre-ordered it. Thank you, YP. At my LCS. It's beautiful.
Still no Deathlock, Quasar, or Darkhawk. Craziness. Well, let's add Sleepwalker to that. Terror Incorporated. Nomad. New Warriors. Alpha Flight's had an omnibus. So is New Warriors. Blood Hunt is manageable at around 55 issues, assuming they're not collecting the red. Yeah, we were talking about the red band issues that I don't think, or maybe it was Lars said that he doesn't think those would be collected. He's on mute, though. Did I put him on mute or he put himself on mute?
Everyone's trying to put me on mute. I don't think I said that.
I kind of think you did.
Okay. I say a lot of things, so who knows?
Why would they print Spider-Girl Volume 5 before Volume 2 through 4? Because the people that have been getting the complete collection since Volume 1 have been looking forward for that 5th volume for a long time. And people not everybody's going to go and rebuy Volumes 2 through 4. So you're keeping both sets of people happy. People that have never collected the series with a Volume 1 reprint, and the people that have been getting the complete collections with a Volume 5. The people that are not happy are the people that can't stand the two different formats on the shelf at this. Like, they won't stand for that. Like, get that off my shelf. They need to be one uniform format.
Forget them.
Like Lars. I can see Lars doing that.
Lars, why are you doing that?
To
Well, in the
irritate
Epic
you.
Collections,
Thank you.
Go ahead, Curtis.
How
and
much
the
I
Epic
care.
Collections just jump around in general.
We need 2099 epics.
Mm.
Also,
Yeah,
Omnibus fans are not happy about the lack of Spider-Girl. That is so true. We're not, because there isn't any. 2099 Doom, please. Oh my gosh.
Well, they're still
I
cranking
would
out
love that.
2099 omnibuses, so maybe they're going to get through those first.
Yeah, and I wonder how they're going to collect like the other series too. Like,
Yeah.
because some of them didn't last that long. I just hope they put them together with like other series, like Ravage and what was it? They had the Unlimited. Is it an Unlimited series?
Yeah, there was one of those. Yeah.
Omar, Silver Sable, and the Wild Pack. When Warren, you have the strangest taste in books.
Mm.
I don't know, but I actually like Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. I'm with you. That would be cool. Like she keeps appearing in modern comics too. Oh, thank you, Richard. I appreciate that, brother. I actually I got to record a video and then I got to head over there, so I got to start wrapping up. Get a couple more comments. Inhumans Omni asking for. Are you asking for Geo? Are you asking for Geo? I don't know. They did do classics. Were there 2 volumes of the classics, Curtis?
Yes, there were 2 volumes. One was called Origin of the Inhumans, and the other was called Beware the Inhumans. It didn't have quite everything, but it was pretty close.
Omar, with this era of Star Wars ending, have you heard anything of Marvel doing more comprehensive approach to collect all the minis in Legends era, minis like Legends era did? I haven't. As a matter of fact, one of the Legends announcements was pulled out of the announcements this round and probably will be appearing at a later time. So, yeah. Omar, when are you making those October announcements? Tuesday and then Sunday. The beauty of it is people can be mad all they want to. I can't see any of the comments because I am no internet where I'm going for a couple of weeks. That would have been the perfect time to announce that what was it, the Prelude of the Mutant Massacre Omnibus, whenever people were just up in arms. But no, I had to be home that weekend.
You need to remember you're going to text me when you run across that Harley Quinn figure.
Ridiculous.
And not at 3 a.m. Please.
Are you just going up a cherry tree in Japan and, no
cherry
internet?
tree? Cherry tree. No, I'm not. Oddfell, do you want anything from Japan while I'm there?
I mean, if you see Spice and Wolf stuff, I won't,
I forgot you're a Spice and Wolf girl. Yeah. Well, I might be a little selfish and get something for me because I don't own any of those. But I saw that you had some. But I may actually get something. I have to leave salty enough comments that you can still sense them with no internet. I'm okay. I am okay. Hope we get a Mike Carey XMen Omnibus one day. Me too, buddy. Remind us when the next announcements are, Omar, next week. Yes, next Tuesday and Sunday. But if you're on Patreon, next Monday and next Saturday. And speaking of Saturday, Maddie and Amanda are taking over next Saturday, that live stream. So the live streams are going to continue. And then the following Saturday, Dom is dominating that one with Omni Dog and a couple of other special guests. So everybody go and watch those, even though I'm not here. They'll be able to put all those questions and answer them. I mean, we've got everything covered. We got Star Trek, knowledge, Doctor Who,
sure,
Epic Collection, all in one guy. Jess Bragg.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Curtis and I are the Predator experts. Yeah,
Predator. Like the show To Catch a Predator, or what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Well, that's a movie, right?
That is not a movie.
No, it is a TV show. Don't pretend you don't know what it is.
Yeah, let's just I'm gonna sign off. But before I do, check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. Books up to 50% off. They're our sponsor here in America. Tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their what the heck am I? Near mint condition. I can't speak. I need a nap before I film. Near mint condition sent you their way for free shipping after your first order. All right, Oddfell, take us away. Who are you? Where can people find you?
Yes. Hello, I am Oddfell. I'm a cosplayer over on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all the like. I also do toy and statue unboxings here on YouTube. And my next con will be SDCC, where I have a panel talking about toys and collectibles alongside Michelle Waffaloo and Dan Vesmere. So definitely, if you're there, check it out. It's going to be a really good time.
Fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
What about you, Lars? Where can people find you?
Lars Pearson, Norwegian Assassin. I'm at madnorwegian.com, where when I'm not blathering about comic books, I am blathering about Doctor Who. And if you feel like it, check out our About Time series, which puts every Doctor Who story in the social and political context in which it was made to enrich your Doctor Who watching experience. And of course, season finale tonight on Disney+.
Okay, and to his right, OmniDog, what about you, buddy? Where can people find you?
I am OmniDog. I have a show on YouTube. Occasionally I post on Instagram, OmniDog's Vault, and I will be having in the future Lars, Oddfell, and a few other people on Batter Days. I can't think. And Curtis. Curtis will be on Batter Days.
Having us for dinner. This is a to serve man situation again, isn't it? Yeah.
And Curtis, I have a question for you after this that I saw you addressed in the chat, but it's not Marvel related. So if you could just stick around, I had a question to ask you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Curtis, what about you, buddy? Where can people find you?
Head over to epicmarvelpodcast.com or any social media related Epic Marvel podcast sites. Because I don't really post on epicmarvelpodcast.com anymore. I'm more active on social media. So look up the Epic Collection Facebook group and you'll find me there. Also going to Comic-Con, but I don't have any panels, unfortunately. I didn't even think about that. But I will be at the Clover Press booth trying to sell a whole bunch of books.
Oddfell, will anybody be recording your panel in San Diego?
I'm not sure. I don't know how this works. I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con before, so I'm kind of going in blind. I'd like to film it because that'd be cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you're in San Diego, go and say hi to Oddfell and go and say hi to Curtis. Get her to sign your Phoenix Omnibus that he likes to. Oh, dude, are you serious? I want to meet Eric. I love this guy. Get your act together and come out sometime. Okay, Eric. Thanks.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Eric has a great company. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button on the way out. I'm out of here. As far as I know, I will be having the Saturday live stream, but just if you're on social media and following us, we'll keep you updated because I do need breaks from the hospital. So thank you all so much. Stay healthy and safe, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Yep. Have a good day.